Good morning, YouTube. This is Luke Smith, RealVacantLand.com, and I've got another property for you. This beautiful property in the background's in San Diego County. It's 43 acres. It's a valley center part of San Diego County. We've been working on this property, the paperwork for over a year. We did quiet title and got it all fixed up and ready to go. So you can get title insurance on it, buy it, make it happen. There's a road that comes in here. This road is called Coolwater Ranch Road, goes right through the property. There's one property beyond it that this road serves. The property beyond it just traded on the market for $1.2 million. They installed a pond over here, it says 6 years ago. So just recently they installed this pond. They've got a couple water wells feeding this pond. They've got avocados planted here. This property that's for sale used to have avocados on it. It hasn't been taken care of, and it's been left to go wild the last, I don't know, 20 years or something. But historical pictures of it had it full of avocados or stumps on it where the avocados are. The avocados aren't economic anymore. It costs a lot of money to get the water, make the water happen. It costs money to get the avocados picked and to market. And lots of times the people that even have wells, they're not even picking the avocados and taking them to market because the avocado prices just aren't there to make them happen anymore. So a lot of the avocado plantations in San Diego County are turning into flowers and different kinds of, they're hobby farms. People go have fun with it, and they're not trying to use the avocados to pay the taxes anymore, is what the trade used to be. You'd plant the place with avocados or lemons or something and use the fruit proceeds to pay the taxes on the property, and you could hold on to it for the long run. But this size, this 43 acre property, you can do what you want with it. It's relatively flat. It's, gentle rollingness to it. There's a couple rocks here and there, but I mean, you could have a horse farm. This is what my wife would like to do with it, is put a dressage arena and put a racetrack around it, and put a jumping arena, and just have a bunch of different facilities for horses to do what you want to do with your horses. And she would love to do that with a property like this, or with this property, and I'm sure somebody else out there would too. It's hard to find a big contiguous piece of property like this that isn't on some crazy topography, that you can have horses and raise your family, have your farm, have do what you want to do. So here's this property. Let's jump into the website and take a look at this one. So we're on RealVacantLand.com, asking $699,000 for this one. There's a map here. We'll start clicking up. So this is the location. San Diego's down here. The property's up here. And you can get to these maps and diagrams by going to the link in the description of this video. It'll take you back to the website exactly to this property. Here's an outline of the property. Here's the little road that comes into it. Comes in from the east and then goes to the neighbor's property. So it goes right through here. There is a water meter. I think it's a 2-inch water meter, if I remember right. Don't quote me exactly on that, but it's an agricultural size water meter right at the gate here. There's another water meter in the middle of the property, and there is a power pole at the gate here when you come in, and then there's another power drop in the middle of the property too. So it's got 2 water meters and 2 electricity meters. I don't know if this works or not, but I think if you have 2 meters, you could have 2 different runways to do your electricity bill. I would probably put them in different names or something, because the first bit of electricity you get off of those meters is at the lower rates. And as the more you use, the higher the rate goes, right? And so I would either spread the load between the two, or walk the fine line there. Try to use the cheaper power on the 2 meters as much as you can, instead of just using 1 meter instead of the other. And I think the same kind of thing works for the water too. So you want to distribute how much water you pull off the water wells, not the wells, the water taps as well. So here's the property. These properties next to it are split up a lot more. These properties here are not split up. You can't get, because there's one exit here. It's really hard to get any permission from the fire marshal to split this thing up, because you've got one exit. The fire there's a fire, there's only one way out of here. So they don't want more and more people coming in and using these properties. You can't split it like 10 ways, Maybe you can find a way around that. But there's this particular property, there's an easement that was sold to the county in the past that says we're not going to split it up. So it's got to be held together as one property. And then the property behind it, good luck getting that past the fire marshal to split that up and get people coming in through here. So here's some more diagrams of that. All these diagrams are on the website. These pictures are taken by the realtor on the property. I'll show you his contacts too. So they added a little driveway here up the middle of it, and then I believe this is a nice house site here. I mean, you could put a house wherever you wanted, but we cleaned out a little area for a house site here that has good views. So if you're out taking a look at the property, go up that road or that driveway and look at this area, and I think that's got the best views out around the area for a house site. Here's a power pole and meter in the middle of the property. There used to be a building here that's it's still got the bathroom kind of connected. It's kind of, I don't think it's up to code, so it was knocked down. There's old septic permits on this property. So there's septic designs that passed perk in the past. You could follow the old ones and revive them to new ones, or you probably want to do new ones depending on where you want to put the house. You probably want to put the house in a different location anyway. Maybe, I don't know if you want the house in the direct middle of the property. You want it like to have the better views, or there's 43 acres. There's a lot of room to go decide where you want to put a house. You could do a auxiliary house as well. You can do barns and stables and farming kinds of buildings and add-ons, but the easement that was sold on the property doesn't want you to have multiple housing units. So don't split it up into like hotel, motel, condos, not multiple uses. It's a single family residence kind of use. Here's the power pole at the entrance to the property. So it's got the meter already attached to, and it's got a little breaker box on there. Here's water meter. You can see the size, good size water meter. I think that's 2-inch. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-inch water meter. And there's old plumbing that spreads the water around the property from there that you probably want to update and figure out and, send the plumbing the way you want to have your plants watered. Here's the one that's in the middle of the property. This is another 2-inch meter that's in the middle of the property. It spreads water around the property as well. So here's some diagrams, more diagrams of the property. This is street view. So there's old street view that you can drive into this property from a while ago when you could see the trees were still green on the property. These trees haven't been watered in a long time or taken care of, and so they've all since died. There's a power poles through the property. Okay, so the distance from San Diego, from downtown San Diego, it's like 41 miles to drive out to the property per Google instructions. Okay, so let's play with this map. Let's zoom in, let's zoom out, and I'll bring it up in some in the market as well. So here's this 43-acre property. Here's San Diego down here. So we got San Diego. This is San Diego Bay and San Diego proper, and then the property's up. You take the 15 north. If we go, let's turn it over to this kind of map. So you take the 15, this is Interstate 15, and then you get off and you go to Valley Center. There's a place just down the street from here that a lot of locals know. It's called Nutsberry Farm, and they do big like Halloween and Christmas shows, and they have a bunch of animals you can go pet, and it's great for the kids. And they sell Christmas trees and pumpkins and a lot of seasonal stuff. That's just down the street from here. That's a big, Bates Nut Farm. Okay, I messed up the name. Bates Nut Farm. And that's a large draw to the area. There's Hotel Valley. There's a casino. Some of the casinos are out in this area as well. So this is Woods Valley Road. So you'd be out Woods Valley Road, and then up Coolwater Ranch Road branches off of Woods Valley Road. You take Coolwater Ranch Road. You're headed towards the. It does a Y, and so you're going to head towards the west. And then off to over here. I guess you can get there from Valley Center Road too on Cobb Lane. Looks like two different ways in there. Okay, so there's the idea there. And let's jump into the market. So I'm on Zillow and recently sold. I was looking at recently sold. This isn't exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to, okay, here's the listing for sale. So these are the pictures that the realtor put together. I think he got some really nice pictures. So this is the picture I was just showing. He's got some drone shots from above and is showing the topography. I mean, it's not, there's a little bit of topography here, but it's not much. Like for San Diego, it's not much at all. And you can see it from above. Here's the pond next door. Here's the property that we've got. And there's a couple rocks off to the side. But I mean, a lot of it's flat, open, and no rocks, and you can work around those rocks or bulldoze them out of the way, or blast them, or use them as, they just look nice part of the countryside, right? But I mean, I think you could do horse arenas in there around those rocks and make it happen. Here's the pictures of we were just looking at those before. So this is just on the market. It's been on the market 4 days since I'm making this video. It's just over the weekend, $699,000. So the neighbor property, this is a listing, the old listing of the neighbor property. They got $1.2 million for it. It's 85 acres, just twice the size. So they're twice the size of what I'm talking about. But it's right next door. And I think they've got a lot more topography in theirs. They listed it on 1/11/2022. So January 11th, and it went pending January 11th. They asked $1.3 million and they sold it for $1.2 million. It was the same day they put it on the market, it went pending. So they got an offer the same day they put it on the market. $1.2 million right next door. They talk about this pond that they just built. So maybe that's the ticket. Maybe you build a pond on this property and then turn around and sell it. Say, hey, brand new pond, here you go. You probably drill for water, get water right off the same places they're getting water, and go sell it with the pond. They did this reverse osmosis system, cleaning the water. I don't understand the point of the reverse osmosis system really. When the water's going to irrigating. Maybe I'm missing something, but they built one, and there you go. So just looking around the area, I wanted to look at for sale. So if we go in this area, so here's the $699 for sale, and I wanted land. So just land. So what else is for sale? I don't have any size restrictions or anything. Okay, 1.1 million. There's some 300,000. So 300,000 is like 2.5 acres. So 2.5 acres for 325,000, or us for 699,000. We're 43 acres. There's 90. This is another listing of. This one's also on vacantland.com. This one over here is 92 acres for 1.299 million, and that's a beautiful property too. I've made videos about that property as well. But $410,000 for 5 acres. I mean, we're so much bigger than this 5 acres. And you look at this 5 acres, it looks like they've got awesome views off over everything. But you know what that means? It just means you're on a big hill. Let's take a look at this stuff. I mean, the neighbors are on some crazy hills. Where are we at? Okay, there's a road that comes up to it, and then there's a place to build a house, and the rest of it's just topography, right? Look at the driveway on that sucker. Bunch of topography, but a view. $410,000 for 5 acres. This is the competition. Here's 9 acres for 500,000. You could pick one of these lots. Oh, 4 APNs included in the sale. Okay, so you could get 4 properties for 500,000. That sounds like a good deal. Hopefully you get houses on each one of them. That could be some good competition. $279 for 2 acres. My point is, it's hard to get any size. So here's this one here. This one's way out there. So it's hard to get size that's not crazy topography without going further away from town. So this one's been up for sale for a bit. I've seen this listing numerous times. This one's been on the market 75 days. They're asking 848,000. I think they lowered the price a little bit. Maybe not. Okay, 848,000 for 62 acres, which is a good size one, right? Nice size. And I've driven by this property before, and you got some nice fields and things. What it doesn't say is the elevation of this one. It's higher up in the mountains. It's out past beyond. It's a ways further from the freeways. If you did the driving to San Diego, I mean, it's probably an hour plus, like hour 45, hour and a half. I mean, it's a long ways out of town. The road does this kind of stuff up the mountain before you get up here. This is way up in the hills before you get this kind of size at anything like the price. They're asking $848,000. Yeah, there's 62 acres. We're 43 acres, so they're a good deal bigger than us, but they're way further out of town. I don't even see it on the map. It doesn't show up on the map where they're at. But they're like, I don't know where it went. They're just further out, like the 76. I think they're off the 76 somewhere, like way out the mountains. It's a totally different story. It's not even Valley Center anymore. It shouldn't even be showing up on this list. But yeah, you can go look at all these listings around the area and compare and contrast. Got the most acres for the least price, like dollars per acre, those kinds of things. If you account for topography, we got the least topography for the least price, for the least least price per acre. I think somebody's going to pick up on that and figure it out. So back to this picture. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com, showing you a favorite property of mine listed on ruralvacantland.com, and nice big San Diego property. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.